Dentistry is routinely listed as one of the 2 best professions in the United States. And that's based on working conditions, work-life balance, compensation, and many other factors. But more and more these days, I hear from dentists who are working too hard for too long for too little. I hear from dentists who are questioning their investment to invest hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars and 4 or 8 years into their life for undergrad and dental school. When we come back, I'm going to lay out the case for why you should quit dentistry unless you make some changes. Thanks for watching the Patient Attraction Podcast, episode number 1193. I'm Colin, receiver. Now let's face it, nobody can work at 100% capacity forever. But there are too many dentists out there who are doing just that. They're running between rooms trying to keep up with a ridiculous schedule. They start work exhausted, they end work exhausted, they're exhausted in between. And the worst thing is that they're not making what they think they should. Their chairs are filled with patients that just want extractions or drill and fills or whatever their insurance covers. They see patients who are very price conscious and only want the dentistry that their insurance will do. These dentists do an unending stream of the routine exams, the hygiene checks, and maybe the occasional crown that comes out of it. And it's hard work. It's hard on the dentist and it's no fun. Some dentists tell me it's even boring. If this describes your days, it wouldn't surprise me if you asked yourself more than once, what am I doing? This isn't what I thought I was going to be doing when I went to dental school and when I graduated and when I set out and when I bought this practice and building it. This is not what I signed up for. Now, who decided that dentistry is supposed to be the high volume business? Not you. And yet that's what it's become. And that's what dentists are doing, and they're paying the price. Now, let me ask you something, and this is really important. Stop a second. Put down what you're doing and listen. Do you really think that things are going to change? Not, do you wish things would change, or is it right or wrong? Do you really think they're going to? If you're not doing anything right now to change the rules of your game, of how you're working, you're going to keep on working that way until your neck or back or your patients give out. Now, before any of that happens, you got to make sure that you and your family and your team are all okay. You might think that selling your practice will make everything okay. I'm sorry to tell you, but the days of practices selling for multiples of earnings are long over. Dentists today are lucky to get 60, 70, 80% when they sell. If you're still pulling in 1.2 a year, you might expect to get 750 to 850 out of it at best before taxes. Now, that's not going to give you a lot of life and comfort. Dentistry is too good a profession to be this bad, but it doesn't have to be. There's a way that you can save your neck, save your sanity, and save your practice. You can even put the fun and joy back into dentistry, what you saw it would be when you went to dental school, when you graduated, when you bought your practice. It is possible to work less and earn more, and I want to share some of those secrets with you today. You can increase the value of your practice so that you can live the good life when you do sell. Get started towards that better life. If you want to know more, visit smartboxdentalmarketing.com and set up a practice roadmap session with us. We're going to create the roadmap for you to get from where you're at now to get off the dental treadmill and get you to enjoying dentistry again. After the roadmap session, we're going to send you your tailored patient attraction roadmap. And it's yours. It's going to deliver tremendous value to you to show you the exact plan and the tactics and strategies that we've used with thousands of other dentists to help them that are just like you. Now, there's no obligation with this. You can get your roadmap that will lead you to the life that you envisioned when you just got started out. And now for something completely different. I don't think I've ever introduced a podcast by the actual number of that podcast before. Now, the number itself isn't really that important, except it's a marker for how many of these we've produced. Almost 1,200. 1,200 over the past decade. And that kind of blows my mind because I remember when I was first getting started making these podcasts, and maybe you've been with us for that long and you remember the first episodes too. I feel like the Iron Man of podcasts, just like, I don't know, Cal Ripken and the Iron Man of baseball. Well, maybe not. But I'm telling you this because SmartBox's podcast series is coming to an end. We've decided that after 1,200 episodes, it's time to move on to something new that's more responsive to how busy dentists live their lives these days. So this is your heads up for this podcast. I'm going to tell you more in the next podcast, our last podcast. So please join me for our final podcast. Until then, keep moving forward.